You're on the 300 Boys YouTube channel.
Hey guys, bringing you back once again. We've got another doozy for you here today. I don't know if this one's locked up. We haven't tried yet, but that's mostly because if you just get in here, oh, look at that. Yeah, yeah, and that stuff over there we've got out of there, not the wrench obviously, but just all kinds of junk down in here. Another one of our beautiful barn finds that we've drug in the garage and decided was going to be a runner. Quick backstory here. I bought one too. This is Alex's. He bought his. This is a barn find, whatever. We haven't got to mess with it a little any. We'll bring you in more on that here in a second. Mine, we picked up yesterday. We didn't think to pick up the camera, so we don't have any footage of that. But what to know on this one so far, we got it. It was not locked up. The motor was free. Had no spark. We pulled the flywheel off, sanded it, cleaned the carb. We've got the airbox off it right now because the air filter was just absolutely melted. So we have got this one running, not very well yet, but we've got it running. The motor on it does run, and all that stuff. But as for now, the clutch is not working on this one, so it does not move. No big deal. On to this one. We'll have to order some parts or stuff and do some research for the other one. But so this one we pulled in here, we were going to do a little bit of maintenance on her, you could say, and we decided that maybe we should clean out the cylinder because we are getting all kinds of goodies out of this dude. So I just wanted to show you guys just exactly what we was dealing with on this thing before we get too far. What was pulling out of the motor there, you can see there's just, if I can get rid of the light here, you can see there's just green corn down in there and dirt and this stuff, dust with spider webs, bugs. So while I'm doing this, Alex is going to check out the carburetor, see if we need to take it off or if we're just going to try it out to see what the motor's going on, or if the motor has anything going on, I should say, if it's going to be any good. And then I'm going to be up here trying to clean out this cylinder. We'll throw some oil in it and bring you back in. All right, guys, we're going to bring you back in here real quick. We've got more exciting news. So instead of green, we now have a piece of red corn. Oh, yeah, check that out. I just pulled out of there. So I'm going to get back to pulling corn out. If you guys want, go ahead and make your guesses as to how many pieces of corn we're going to get out of the top end of this motor, and we'll count them and let you know later. But good, right now, go ahead and leave a number down in the comments, and we'll see if you can guess how many. All right, guys, so if you place your bets on how many pieces of corn we got out of there, so far we're up to 24 little pieces of corn. A couple, I know you guys seen down in there before. We lost them down in there, and we probably lost a couple here and there, whatever. That's all we're going to pull up by hand, and I think I can get with my little reach tool there. So now we've got the air gun, and we're going to see if we can blow whatever's left out of there and try and get all that junk out of there. Once we do that, hopefully we're going to call it good. We're going to oil down the cylinder a little bit because this thing's been sitting, we're told, anywhere from 8 to 10 years. So we're going to oil down the cylinder a little bit, make sure nothing is dry, and then we're going to go ahead and roll it over, see if we've got spark, and go from there, try and get it to run. Okay, so we've got the carburetor back on. We've got everything we can get out of the cylinder, corn, dust, etc., everything over here. Folks, this is what happens and the side effects of an E85 tune. No, I'm just kidding, but we got all the corn out there from whatever. We've got a battery charger hooked up to this thing. It's got a 170 amp engine starter setting on it. We've got it on that. We're just not going to buy A battery, 170 amps is too many, but we don't really care. So we've got that hooked up and we're gonna try and start it with that. Okay, so here we go. We got the battery charger hooked up, the spark plug's down there. Let me see if I can get you guys a good view here. And I'm gonna turn it over and you guys watch here and see if we got any spark. Ah, it's not even turning on. Okay, so apparently we need to figure out a starter issue before we can do any of that. So, back to the drawing board it is. We're gonna do a little bit of diagnostic and bring you back in once we figure out what we're working with here. Alrighty guys, we got some bad news. Looks like today's episode is going to be cut very short. Or maybe we'll edit this video into the second half of trying to work on this piece of machinery. But we're into a bit of a problem. We got everything ready to test the spark up over here, and went to turn it over and it wouldn't turn over. So we started diagnose things, you know, see if maybe we got a loose connection on the starter, or maybe, you know, there isn't a starter. And it turns out that's the case. You can see the bolts are still there. You can see the battery wire hanging down there. No starter. So what that means is back to the drawing board. We've probably got a machine that's ready to start here, or at least test the spark, and we're not going to be able to roll it over until we get a pull start kit for this thing, or get a starter for it. So we did decide to go ahead and mess with this machine over here of mine. We're going to put that one on hold for just a minute until we can figure something out for a starter. So we, like I said, we've got this one running already. We don't have any video of that. You'll get some maybe here in a minute or later on. But we went ahead and pulled our cover off for the belt case. And you see what we found here. Let me get my light out so you can get a good look at this. It's real nice. So you can see the mice have had a meeting of the mice in here. That may even be a dead one right there, who knows. Hard to tell what that stuff is. So we're gonna get this cleaned out. I don't think it's gonna make it run. It's probably gonna need a belt, probably some clutch work, could be frozen up. It's hard to say what this thing gets set for many years, also in a barn. So we're gonna see what we can do with it here. You can see the junk that Alex is pulling out here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Real nice. Spectacular. Clog the shop back. Okay, here's what we've got to work with. Pretty good. This is mostly his junk. The belt was popped off, so that's amazing news. Not saying that's gonna fix it, but it could help. So we've got our fuel tank on because we just haven't flushed the tank in this. We got the valve on and everything, the battery charger on, so we're gonna start it up here and see if it does any better. Maybe. The switch is in.
You got the switch on?
Oh, oops, key switch was on. Thanks, Alex.
Make sure
That's on. Choke's on. Oh man. Okay, so I rigged up my throttle cable here like an idiot.
It works.
Yeah, I don't think it's returning all the way to idle. Doesn't matter. If you can't tell, I'm in desperate need of some reeds and a new plug, and oh yeah, we didn't even put the plug back in it. We'll bring you back. Alright, we'll bring you guys back in after we get the plug in this thing, I guess. We're just not thinking with our heads tonight. Alright, so thanks to our incredible intelligence, we've got her ready now. The brake's set. Take the brake off. Alright guys, there you have it. So we've got movement out of it. You can see there she runs. So you guys did get a start video there. After we figured out that we're idiots. Looks like we've got a little bit more cleaning to do on that. We're going to clean this thing up. I'm going to turn it around and we're going to try and send it. So go ahead and stay tuned. You might just get to watch me hurt myself, break this thing. Who knows? What we did. Well, there you have it, guys. We've got this one running and riding. We're going to turn around and get some parts on the way for that one, get some parts on the way for this one. We're gonna go ahead and make that a wrap for this time. So when we bring you back in next time, we'll be ready to maybe get this one running back here and see what we could do to this one. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll catch you next time.